uh, and like, so the biggest issue that I have with Among Us content is just the fact that every time I try to watch it, the way that it's edited is it's impossible for me to... I feel left out of the conversation of what is actually happening and what's going on. So when they start trying to actually... wait, go back for a second. What number was the thing that was on the other side of this? Because this is what I'm trying to get to. I'm trying to get to the 2B. And on this, there's only there's a 4A. Wait, what is this one? That's, okay, so that takes me to 3. Which we're in a place where that also leads to 3, so that's just a shortcut back to here. We don't know where 2A leads to. And there is also a 4B. Sorry, a 4A. But we also can't... That one clearly has to come back because that's on the other side of the wave frequency thing. So we need to work out how to get to 2B. I think I'm now once again back in that situation of I have no idea what to do. But it's like, the way Among Us content is edited so much, it's just for the yellies and the screamies at each other. I feel like I can go to this thing, so I should go to this thing. Even if it doesn't really help me. I know I can get there, because I'm pretty sure through this room is acid rain, which means I can get to there, which means I can get to that. I think that's just going to be my goal. But it's just edited in a way where I've got so little context of the gameplay and what's been happening or watching along with them that... Like, when they start getting to the conversation of arguing about who the imposter is and everything like that, I'm not invested in the question or anything like that, because you can either have it in a multi-stream or multi-cam thing where you're flicking back and forth between everyone. So while you're watching it, you actually do literally know who is imposter and not, because like you're seeing everyone, so you'll see whether they are or not. And so when you get to those conversations, it's about like the tension of like watching it from that comes from, well, you know everyone who is and isn't. So the tension of you watching them discuss it is, can the imposter trick the others? Can the non-imposters work it out? And so you're watching the conversation unfold by knowing the knowledge and seeing what happens and seeing if people can work it out or like trick people and stuff like that. Or you can watch it in a single cam setup where you're watching along with one person's gameplay. And if you're watching that one person's gameplay, you know as much as them. So the tension then comes from watching the person who's doing that and like basically playing. Oh, that's where I've actually got to go. Fuck me. How do I get back upstairs? How do I get back upstairs? Ah, the lift. That would make sense. So yeah, so when you get to the... That's downstairs. That's the stuff that I repaired. Okay. How do I get up there? Is it on that? Maybe I do that. Maybe I morph ball into that. I'm gonna morph ball into that and see how it goes. But yeah, it's just, if you're watching single cam, there was a spider ball track that would have led me up here instead. But yeah, it's like, what am I trying to say? Yeah, if you're watching a single person's cam, then the tension of coming to those arguments is the same as the person who's playing it. You're trying to pay attention to the conversation and what gameplay you've seen to try and work out who is who's evil, who's not evil, and everything like that. So you're basically playing the game along with them. But no, that's where I had to. I'm done there. But the way Among Us footage is edited so much is it's just people shouting at each other, and like I don't have the knowledge of who is and isn't guilty because I'm not seeing that information. But I don't have like the knowledge of any of the stuff that's been happening between those moments to like be able to come to my own conclusions. I'm just listening to a bunch of people yelling, and I know that's the gimmick, that's the bit of the content, is watching people get into arguments and stuff like that. But to me, those arguments have no tension or meaning when you don't have enough context of what actually is happening. Jolly Roger Jones, Okay, it's fragile to anything. That's the main thing. There we go. I'm getting a comment in the stream talking about Achievement Hunters edited videos of the ideal version. I haven't seen any Achievement Hunters stuff. By the way, what's up, Densha? It's directly related to the topic I'm talking about. So I try to want to keep like this separate to a stream. It's just streaming for bonus stuff, but they bring up a good point that is worth me mentioning. Oh right, that is the thing. Yeah. Literally, when I was talking about the multi-game stuff, in my brain, the thing I was thinking of was Achievement Hunters stuff. I haven't watched their... What the fuck are these things? I haven't... That's just pirate technology that I can't fuck with. Okay. I haven't watched their Among Us stuff, because I haven't watched Achievement Hunter in ages. But for their older games that were basically the same idea, find out who it is... Yeah, when you're cutting between everyone and you know what's going on and everything like that, that's when that tension becomes down to that thing of... Can the person who's tricking everyone trick them? Can the people who are trying to be tricked work out what's going on? And you know what's happening, so when you see them do stuff, you know what the deal is. Phazon-based explosive blast. Is these missiles? Are the crystals missiles or morph balls? I'm gonna try missiles. It's missiles! It's the missiles. Crystals and missiles. Because they kind of almost sort of nearly damn near rhyme. Yo, pirate lore. Taking Valhalla. Oh god, shit. Okay, that's the ship, isn't it? The vision of our leader is vast indeed. As we prepared for war with the hated Galactic Federation, she decided she required one of their great machines to better control her living planet. We then set out to bring an Aurora unit to Dark Samus. Bribes led us to the location of our prize, the battleship Valhalla. Crewed with green recruits on a training mission, she was ours for the taking. One of the mightiest ships in the cosmos was no match for the Phazon-powered weapons of the Colossus. We rendered Valhalla helpless, then sent raiders to claim our prize. The Aurora was ours. There was to be no mercy for the Federation dogs. At the command of Dark Samus, we jettisoned the crew into the frigid depths of space. Jesus fucking Christ, these fucking psychopaths. Leaving the wreck of Valhalla as a warning to the Federation. Let them tremble before our might. As I've mentioned, and it's worth bringing up again, the way space pirates are talking in this game is different. Like, they have clearly very much bought into the religious idea of Dark Samus compared to their, like, evil bureaucracy in the previous games. I don't like this. I also know this room is called Metroid Cache. Or Creche, sorry. Makes it so much more spooky. I don't like this. Holding cell is locked shut. Spinner controls inactive, unable to open holding cell. Why? Did that squish when I jumped? It's kind of squishy when I jump. I also don't like that. I don't like that there's spinner controls. Spider bullshit? Yep. Okay. I thought it was gonna be something more in depth than just spider bullshit, but I guess not. Okay. What are these things? Security panel, unable to, well, okay. Oh, there's wall jump stuff behind it. Okay. Oh. This one has a spinner panel on top. Okay. Who's ready to fight 1,000,000 Metroids? Ah! Okay. Okay. I activated one thing. Whee! Huh. Okay. Like, at some point during this, shit's gonna start popping off. And that's just, like, the moment I'm scared of, obviously, right? I'm getting similar vibes to that one moment on the Sky Planet. of when shit started getting evil with the Metroids. Like the one time that this game tried to go for the horror stuff. Oh, that, see, this is why I was worried. A Metroid Hatcher? Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a facehugger Metroid. When the head's interior is damaged, its tentacles can be ripped off. I mean, all facehuggers are, like, all Metroids are facehuggers, but this one even more so. Mutation has robbed the Metroid Hatcher of its ability to phase. Thank fucking God. But it's provided a hardened outer shell which has identical attributes as Phasite. The shell protects the creature's heart, located at the core of its head. The Hatcher's tentacles are quite dangerous and can leech energy from any target they connect to. However, the tentacles are also the creature's weak point. If all tentacles are ripped off from its body, it will perish. As such, it will attempt to recover energy by retracting them into its shell when they take damage. While the Hatcher's tentacles are retracted, it is unable to attack. There's so many words here about how this thing fights. Oh my God, okay. If relying on phase on Metroids, it spawns from its mouth for protection. If the interior of the creature is hit while its mouth is open, it loses its strength. The Hatcher's tentacles can be ripped off if they are pulled at this time. Okay. Okay. Can I shoot inside of your gob? Or should I just shoot you with the supercharge? It said it was similar to Phasite, so I thought maybe shooting with the Phasite stuff would hurt it. But that didn't do anything. Can I shoot its little tenty-wenties? No. Ah, Jesus Christ. Okay. Hi. Hi, sup. I'm not sure what to do with you. Go back to the scan log. There was so many words here that I kind of lost track of what was happening. Okay. Outer shell like Phasite. Protects the creature's heart, protect the core of its head. Tentacles are dangerous, can leech stuff, they are weak point. Tentacles are ripped off, it perishes. It retracts them when it takes damage. While tentacles retracted, unable to attack, and it spawns things from its mouth. Interior of the creature is hit while its mouth is open, it loses its strength. It's really the only thing I've got anything to go on. Okay. So that's the shakies. Okay. Oh, I can actually just hit the thing at the back. Oh, okay. Or it was while it was spinning specifically? Ah, okay. So if you dodge it while it attacks, you can hurt it? I'm still unsure of this. Ow. Ow. This thing is not cooperating with the lock-on, and this room fucking sucks. Having the ledge in the middle of this room sucks for a fight like this. I will say that. The room is... Ow. The room layout for this does not help. Hi. I have so little idea how I'm actually meant to fight you. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you doing a thing? I'm still not sure what I'm actually shooting at here, or where I'm meant to be shooting. Is it the tentacles while it attacks with the tentacles? I thought it was its brain. Lock on, please. Oh my god. Wait, no, one of its tentacles is retracted now. Okay, so it is its tentacles I'm aiming for. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay. Rip off! Ugh. Okay. Okay. Okay, so you can, okay. Wait, did I rip off one of its tentacles? How has it still got 3 of them? Wasn't literally the whole point of that is that I ripped off one of them? Or did I like come halfway to ripping off one of them and it's not off yet? Okay. At least now I understand what I'm meant to be shooting. I still hate the layout of this room more than anything else. More than anything else, the layout of this room is still very, very irritating. So that, yeah, see, the tentacle is literally fallen off now. Okay, now it does only have 2. Okay, good. Or did it just have 4 of them before and I just didn't notice? It may have had 4 and I just didn't, Oh, it had 4, I just made the first one track before I realized what I was doing. Oh, okay. Okay, I am being informed by Denture in chat. That is what's happening. Okay. Okay. That's what's going on. Ah! See you there. Ow. 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 Oh my god. Oh my god, you move so fast! Ah, there we go. Alright, do your spinny shit at me. Wherever you're gonna land. Oh, come on, log on, log on. I feel like this game has had the worst lock on yet. I feel like I was able to lock on to other stuff pretty consistently in other games. Where in this game, I feel like I'm losing lock on and having to press it a lot. I think a lot of that's because this game's built around the free aim. So the idea is you're meant to be aiming at that stuff, like, and not locking on as much, but the game's not as interesting that, like, the game's more interesting locking onto something and then shooting around that lock on. Log on! Urgh. Hey! Wasn't that thing meant to spit out face on Metroids at some point? Didn't it say it spat out face on Metroids as like part of its thing? Hey! Hatchet defeated. Its description literally said that it spits out face on Metroids. That didn't happen once, which just makes me think that that is going to become a common enemy. Like, or not a common enemy, but like an enemy we will see in future rooms, and in future rooms, it will then also spit out Metroids at me while fighting it. And that was like the intro for it. That's what it makes my brain think. My clearly very smart brain that has been doing so well this entire session. Oh, more face up. Basically at full health. Hell yeah. Killed that thing so I could activate this and be shot into the air another time. Yeah. Well, the fact that I got to a boss makes me think I'm doing the right thing. That has put me into a very different spot than where I was before. I'm being bounced around the entire rooftops. Hey, there I am. Oh, goodness. Okay, well, now I'm here. I powered up a thing. Hey, those ledges are now available to me. Damn it. There was distinctly an energy tank somewhere around here. How do I get to it? Okay, so if I go from that, I can boost ball to that from that middle thing. Which goes to there, which goes to there, which goes to that side. Which goes from there. From that. No. I'm now not sure, actually. Trying to look up at this is difficult. That goes to, like, that's definitely the pathway. Oh, when I'm in the middle of that, maybe I can burst out. Okay. Go for a ride again. Go for a ride again. Go for a ride. There's an E-Tank. E-Tanks are good shit, especially in a game that wants to drain my health every second. Like, use your life to do ammo. Okay. Yeah, when I'm in the middle of that, I can grab onto the top and go around. So that's what it is. Ha, I've worked you out. I've worked you out. Ha ha! Try to trick me, game. You must take me for a fool. Mwahaha. Mwahaha. Yes. Yes. Deduction of looking at a maze backwards with a single pathway on it. And I have solved your cruel, vile riddles, video game. Mwahaha. E-Tank is mine. Yeah. Hey! And I just fall at the bottom, okay. Alright, now we do spin attacks, oh sorry, screw attacks to get up like a little edge. Whee! I swear my timing was not even close to being right for those, but the game decided to give it to me anyways. Thank you, video game, you're being generous to me. So I said, wasn't there meant to be a save station somewhere here? It literally just spawned into the map over here. Yay! That being said, dying's probably not as much of a risk now. The biggest threat of dying before was getting stuck in acid rain. That's not as much of a threat anymore. We can still die if we're in a situation where I'm like careless with face on and we don't get to heal for a long time. Ah, lemonade's good. This is like legit lemonade. This is actual like lemon juice with sugar in it lemonade. Normally when I say lemonade as an Australian, I mean basically Sprite without the lime flavor. Because that's what most lemonade is in Australia. But this is a special Bundy lemonade where it is actually lemon juice and sugar. It's fucking delicious. It's really fucking good. Y'all ever had hard lemonade? Alcoholic lemonade? Oh, great. Great stuff. What was I saying words about? Oh yeah, no, we had a moment earlier this stream session, whatever you want to call it, where I did almost, like, I had like 3 tanks left because I was careless with phase on and just taking damage in other fights, but still though. Control terminal activated. Interacts with a nearby terminal to signal for transport system. Oh, okay. You gotta love how Samus's hand works on this, or how much technology here is more bullshit. Like, they try to copy Samus's technology so much that they have inadvertently made their home world accessible to Samus. Because they've been trying so hard to mimic her shit for so long. Because we know we've been doing that. They were copying her fucking beam weapons in Prime 1. Boop. 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 There we go. Again, I find it funny that the game that introduced motion controls to the Metroid Prime franchise that were then retroactively put back into 1 and 2 when they were re-released on the Wii. This is the game that started with motion controls, and I think it uses them the worst. Because it tries to use it for all the gimmick stuff and all the interactions of just twist the controller, rotate it, pull it up and down, and all that stuff's annoying. Like, all of it is annoying, or use it as a pointer. Like, the tracing of the pointer with the plasma beam, that's cool. But like, oh, use it as a pointer to select menu buttons. It's just like does it add much? Like, that one's not an annoying one. Like, any of them that are aiming aren't the annoying ones. It's all the physical, like, physically move the controller in a particular way, but keep it pointed at the screen the entire time, or the accelerometer doesn't work. Like, all of those suck, and they're not in the previous games because they're retroactively put in there. Like, it's a motherfucking Wii game, is what you can tell. Oh, bask in it. Fucking bask in it. Yes. Delicious. Whee! Why are your gates so complicated? We're just back here. Did I have to fight the Metroid Hatcher? Was there anything about the Metroid Hatcher that was mandatory? It didn't give me a single reward, other than I guess the E-Tank I got in that room. But like, it dying didn't give me a thing. And past it was just the transport back to here, to go into this room where we, when we first encountered the acid rain. If you're just trying to beat the game, is the Hatcher even mandatory? I don't think it is. Like, if you're going for 100%, yes, because the E-Tank, and I guess that is the reward for beating it, but like, behind it was just taking me back here. And because I had to fight a boss, I don't think it was faster. Huh. Interesting. I'm trying to literally think, is there something else that's blocking me from coming here? And like, that was it? Oh, okay, that one's face on, so. Fuck you, buddy! And you know what? Fuck you! Fuck you! Whee! That works. Oh god, I can just bask in this rain all I want now! Ugh, god, fuck yeah. I'm trying to think if it was just possible to avoid the Metroid Hatcher if you just went in a different direction. And if that's the case, I think it makes it the first optional boss in a Metroid Prime game. Which, I will say, that is something that the games could have done more of, honestly. Like, in terms of a Metroidvania that you go around and explore the environment and stuff like that. Like, usually, like, most optional rewards in these games have just been E-Tanks and, missile tanks, and it's not super interesting. Like, it's still fun to get because the process of getting it is fun, right? Like, it's still all of that, but like, the actual rewards themselves are just more of the stuff that you had before, or like more powerful version, like just increasing the amount of the stuff you had before. The exception being like the charge combo stuff in Metroid Prime 1. And I think there was a couple of those in 2. In this one, I don't think there's been any. There's like, I don't even have a super missile in this game. Like, there's definitely no charge combos or beam combos with missiles in this game. I don't have a super missile, which is weird. It's a weird thing to not have a super missile in this game. But the missile charge combos have kind of been like the main optional rewards in the previous games that are like new things to fuck around with and stuff like that. And again, I like these games a lot. Is this fuel gel? I bet this is fuel gel. It's sewage. Does a hazard suit prevent me from sewage? Yes, but I don't like it. Oh shit! A new type of swarming bug. Phase-on feeding vermin that usually travel in large groups. Skitters are common vermin that are usually found underground. They tend to nest in dark places, come out only to feed. Their main source of sustenance is phase-on, a weakness pirate slaves use against them. Skritters will often be caught in simple traps set up by their starving pirate slaves, who then feed on the small creatures. But pirates rarely have the last laugh, as some internal organs of the Skritter will release toxic fluid when bitten. Those who become violently ill because of this have been often said to have a case of the Skritters. Goodness. Will they fight me, or are they non-hostile? They're walking towards me, but I do think they're non-hostile. Like, usually these types of enemies will actively block you, and you can't get around them. These just seem to be fine. They get to live. They're not as cute as the robots in the last game, I'm sorry. But there's been so little non-hostile life in this game that you get to live. But what was I saying? Right. Well, I don't know. I think about especially like Metroidvanias and stuff like that more so. Disable it, okay. Okay, yeah, I know I'm going back there, but like, I'm at a thing here. I'm at a Skyway access. Surely that's an important thing, right? Like, I feel like the game's saying you're getting off track, go back here. Bitch, I don't know how to. I'm going to work out what 2A is. I'm going this way, fuck ya. Oh, okay. So this cutscene's playing. I might have fucked up. I might have fucked up. No, I don't care that it's entered hyper mode. I want to know what it is. Well, whatever it is, it's fucking dead. Die! So that one's fun. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. They have this place on fucking lock, it turns out. But it's like, I think, like, I haven't played many Castlevania, right? Like, I've played one in Circle of the Moon. and stuff like that. But, like, I know about other ones. And, like, generally there's, like, fun rewards in that stuff, like getting the optional shit. Like, you can fuck around with stuff. Like, you get, oh, here's some optional clothes. Like, I mean, it's the same in, like, a Zelda game. Like, you can, like, there's a lot of the main stuff that is, like, required. But there's some extra stuff that's some, like, fun fuck around stuff. Or just, like, powerful shit and stuff like that. Like, in Circle of the Moon, a bad example, probably. I feel like there's, like, a lot of the weapons and stuff are probably, or, like, movement upgrades are probably necessary and stuff like that, like Rock's jump at the end of the game where you just fucking fly through anything. I feel like that's shit, like something like that's probably necessary or anything like that to beat the game and stuff like that. But like there was the whole card system in that game, and sometimes you can just like find a fucking card just wandering around and you get a secret card, and then you combine that card with another card, and bam, like your whip has like a ridiculous new ability and stuff like that. Or you might, I don't know if Circle of the Room has any of it, but like optional bosses where it's just like, oh, you beat an optional boss and you get a thing like that. I think it's something that this whole series could have used a bit more of. Just Prime as a whole. Just like getting the side stuff is fun, like as just going through it and stuff like that. Like it's fun to say, oh, I can get a missile upgrade or an E-tank, and like how I went about the first game where and the first game also helped getting all that stuff because you would see interactables of all these different abilities as you went through the worlds. And then when you got that thing, it would give you access to do like 5 or 6 new different things. And one of those would happen to be the main progression. And it was generally focused that on your way from that location where you picked up the upgrade to where you use the upgrade for main progression, you'd pass by a couple other places that would use it. So like getting those upgrades was fun. It's just like if you're passing by and you're just now like, oh yeah, I remember this room had a thing I could do a super missile with, or like a plasma beam or something like that, and then you'd pick it up. Like it's fun to get the optional stuff in the games like that, but there's no like real big incentive to like seek out a bunch of that stuff. Like you're never gonna get to a point where it's just like, oh, that was a fun boss fight that was like hidden behind this, or sometimes, very rarely, you'd get like, oh, this is a charge combo, which is kind of useless and doesn't do much, but it's cool that you pick it up. I think the game's gonna be done with more of that. That being said, that might just be a Metroid thing. I have Skyway Access unlocked on Thingwell systems online. Like, I have no idea, personally, of, like, the 2D Metroids, whether they've got that type of stuff or not. Like the only playthrough of a full 2D Metroid game that I've seen is Super Metroid Impossible. Am I shooting? Whee! I am. Like, yeah, the only full playthrough I've seen of a 2D Metroid game is Super Metroid Impossible, a fucking ROM hack. So it's not a fair comparison, you know. Hey! Hey! Fuck. Well, we're back here. To this fucking thing. Your curse of my existence! Maybe fuck it, I'm gonna get this way. I'm going this way. I'm going this way. It'll take me to a new place. And I won't have to think about this fucking door. Maybe I'll pick up something that'll give me access to this fucking door. I don't know. But I'm going this way. I'm leaving and you can't stop me, video game. But yeah, I've seen full Super Metroid Impossible, but like I don't know the other 2D Metroid games. I don't know if optional bosses are a thing of them. I don't know if like Like, obviously all the games have the whole extra goodies to pick up with your upgrades, like a Metroid game of, like, use the abilities to get the other stuff. But I don't know if it ever extends beyond more missiles, more health tanks, more power tanks. Or, like, power bombs and stuff like that. I don't know if the other games actually have that. And also saying it, I don't know how much Castlevania goes into that. Because all of the ability stuff that you get in Circle of the Moon, from my memory of way long ago of playing it, was all of the abilities were necessary to beat the game. There was some things. There was some things that were optional. And it was stuff like armor pieces or accessories. Like, if you cleared out a particular room, you might get an accessory or an armor piece to put on that is particularly good or something. Or you might get a card that, like, does a lot. Or there was that one room that had that one particular skeleton that spawned, that if it dropped its item, you would become a skeleton, like, as an accessory, and you would throw a bone that would do, like, 9999 damage to anything, but you were incredibly slow moving around and you died in one hit. You know, silly shit like that. That stuff existed in Circle of the Moon. And I don't know whether Metroid as a whole has that type of stuff. Maybe not something that silly. Maybe not that level of silliness and stuff like that. But just like, the closest example we have in this is the charge combos. And I don't know. I'd like the side stuff to be more than just charge combos and more missiles and tanks. Alright, we do not have a map of this area yet, but I guess we're on a different part of the planet. Well, yes, we're at the mining site. We are somewhere different. And there is this. There is a landing site. It's really hard to tell which door goes there. But you know what? We will march on. Well, I found a save station, so there's that. I guess we know which way to soldier on then. Oh, right, no, of course it's the save station. The other Gulag train had the save station in the same spot, in the same layout of the room. Never mind, I should have been able to work that one out. That's on me. But my point stands. I would like some reason to do side stuff that wasn't like, I did it in Prime 1. Because I found Prime 1 to be, like, its layout of, like, you went back and forth a lot between areas in that game, where, obviously, in 2 and 3, you stay in one area for basically the entire time, except for the one time you go back to the previous areas in every, like, subsequent area, which is annoying. Like, it's annoying when you only do it once, and in this game, the game literally has to tell you, by the way, go do it, because otherwise you'd have no idea. Which I think happens one of the 2 times that it also happens in Metroid Prime, and Echoes. I think when you have to go from, whatever the final area is, Robotville. I think when you have to go from there, okay, we need this one. When you go from Robotville to, back to Torvus Bog to get the power bomb or whatever it is, I think in that case you are told, by the way, you should go back. There's some shit, y'all. I think in that case you are told explicitly to do that. Like, you don't know there's going to be a power bomb shit there unless you... Like, you know there's stuff you can do back there, but you don't know that's going to be where the main progression is, so the game does literally have to tell you kind of thing. What point am I trying to make here? But yeah, like, in Metroid Prime 1, you, like... Because I was getting into it, and you were backtracking a fair bit, I would write down stuff. And so if I ever got something that could upgrade that, I would, like... I would get, like, say in that game, I would get a new power-up and literally, like, plot a course of the next areas to go to, of just being like, right, I have this power-up, I know I can do all of these things, let me make a plan and tackle it of how to go about getting all these things with this. And there was that, like, fan-fucking-tastic moment towards the end of the game where you get, like, the power bomb and the grappling hook at the same time, I think it is, in the phase on mines. And basically everything that it unlocks basically leads you on a perfect circle through every other zone. Like, it's literally a lap of every other area. And basically in the dead set middle of where that lap is, depending on which direction you went, was where the plasma beam was to actually advance the story. And it was, like, done really well. Like, I got to that point where they're ready to be mined away. Okay, we're also in phase on mines right now, it turns out. I can't scan that one. It's too far away. But, like, I got to that point where I did that, and I'm just like, oh shit. The game, like, has literally set me up to do this loop. There we go. The game broke when I tried to scan that one. The game literally set me up to do this loop of the entire zone and everything like that. And writing all the stuff down and going past it, that felt rewarding, because it's like I saw the thing, I didn't memorize it. I wrote it down, and then I came back to it naturally while trying to progress, and then I got it. Where in this game, it's just like, if I want to go and I've seen Spider-Ball tracks on the previous 2 planets. But if I was to go back and do it, I have to like leave here, and the only reason I'm doing it is to get side stuff. I'd never naturally come across any of it, kind of thing. I'm pressing buttons without knowing what I'm doing here. Definitely the thing you should be doing when operating heavy machinery. I think I've just turned this thing on to kill me in 1 hit, so I think I fucked up. Drill, baby, drill! Drill, baby, drill! Yeah. But it's like, even in Metroid Prime 1, like, getting all of that stuff, like, getting that side stuff is satisfying because the game sets it up where naturally going around that stuff and naturally coming across it. Oh, it's a baseball track. Wow. Okay. Nice. Going around and getting all that stuff is like... It's set up well that it's satisfying because, like, you get all of that stuff as a bonus while trying to make your primary objective. Inherently, what you get for most of it is still just, like, wolf tanks, like missile tanks and A-tanks and stuff like that. It's still inherently, like, not a big bonus. See if Metroid Prime 1 could do it better. Metroid Prime 1 was mainly satisfying for that stuff because it was laid out in a satisfying manner, not because the rewards you were given for doing it were they themselves satisfying, kind of thing. Like this, I pressed a button and I'm getting a missile tank. It's not the most satisfying way of getting an upgrade possible, like, right? Like, I pressed the button, I now get the thing. This game has probably been the worst at it in that regard. There is stuff to go backtracking to do and everything like that. Like all the frozen stuff that Rundus has on the first planet. Like, I can go and melt that now that I have the plasma beam. But I have no reason to go back unless I want more missiles, which I don't care about. And it would go, I have to go out of my way to get that because I'm not naturally going back to get it and stuff like that. And so many of the options, like the stuff that I'm picking up while just naturally going along progression in this game isn't, oh, I happen to be going back through a room with an upgrade I can use. Well, sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's that. Most of the time it's this. Most of the time it's this. I pressed one extra button in a room that I was in for the first time and I got the reward for it. Like even the Metroid hatchling is that, but I do think that the E-Tank was meant to be the reward for the Metroid hatchling. So there is that. Like that was literally the reward I got for doing that, because it seemed optional. Point is, if Metroid hatchling is an optional boss fight in this game, and it's rewards in E-Tank, that's cool, and I wish the series did it more. That's more so my thing. When I'm shit talking this game for not doing the other things that I want to do more, I do also have to remember this may literally be the first game that had an optional boss fight, and it gave me probably one of the best rewards that I could get out of that optional boss fight. An E-Tank, in a game where E-Tank is ammo. Like very, very powerful ammo. Oh, I could have mined up there and gotten some stuff too. So okay. Oh, is it just gonna tell me it's a boost ball track? It's literally just gonna tell me it's a boost ball track. Okay.